Let us look at one numerical example on the concept which we have already done. That is deriving the short-run supply function and the shutdown point. And this concept, your producer surplus is equal to profit plus fixed cost in the short run. So this is example one. You have, let's say, Q is equal to K to the power half, L to the power half. Say K is fixed at K bar in the short run. Now, when it is fixed at K bar, then your function becomes like this. So I can write this as Q square is equal to K bar. I can take this thing common. Sorry, I can take the square of both sides and I'll be getting this guy. Fair enough. So what is the value for L? Q square by K bar. Total cost is given by WL plus RK. But in place of L, you guys can write Q square by K bar. And in place of K, you can write K bar only, plus RK. So this becomes sort of your short run total cost function, because your capital is constant at K bar. Okay. And what is going to be the supply function? First of all, that supply function is going to be given by P is equal to MC. So supply function is given by P is equal to MC. And what is MC? MC is D. I mean, here in this case, I'm just writing short-term total cost. I mean, it would be DTC by DQ. So what is TC by DQ? So it is W 2Q by K bar. 2WQ by K bar. This is what my short-run supply function will look like. Let me write this in a more proper fashion. I can just write this as Q is equal to, I mean, PK bar upon 2W, right? PK bar upon 2W. This is what my supply function is. This is what my supply function is. So there are a few things about this supply function. Few things about this supply function. One, del Q by del P is K bar upon 2W, which is positive. That would mean what? That supply function is positively sloped. That is, as price is going to increase, quantity supplied is also going to increase. So it is a positively sloped. It is a positively sloped function. Second one, that if wage rate is going to increase, del Q by del W, right? So P K bar upon 2, that is a constant. And this is what W to the power -1. So it is -1, W to the power -1, -1, that is -2. So it is what? Minus PK bar upon 2W square. This guy is negative. This guy is negative. So this is a slope beta. This guy, the first one is the movement along the curve. You be very, very clear about that. Be very, very clear about that. So you have P, you have Q. So you have the function like this. That's a supply curve. That is a supply curve. So if there is an increase in P or increase in Q, that's a movement along the curve. Now here in this case, it's a shift in the curve. So anything else apart from P, if that is going to change in this space, so you are not drawing W, you're not drawing R here in this R2 space. So that will be the shift in the supply function. So in this case, you will say what? That the supply curve is shifted to the left. So you can just write it somewhere, supply curve shifts to the left as W increases. As W increases. So for any given price, if W is going to increase, you'll be supplying less, right? So for any given price, less is supplied with higher wage. But it will be like this, na? So for any given price, this is going to be supplied. So earlier this was supplied. Now only this much is supplied. So this is the supply function, which is going to shift leftward for any given price when the W is going to increase. That is one thing. Then del Q by del R or del Q by del K, let's say. So R is not important right now. Del Q by del K bar. So that is just P upon 2W. That is greater than 0. So it shifts out. So if more capital is being supplied in the short run, so the MC curve is going to shift towards the right. That is, the supply curve is going to shift towards the right for any given price. For any given price. So you can say this, that with more capital in the short, or you can say supply curve shifts to the right by an increase in K. With more capital in the short run, a firm increases or a firm incurs a given level of short-run marginal cost at a higher output level. At a higher output level, right? Then, if the rental rate of capital is going to increase, it won't matter at all. it won't matter at all, right? Because that is a component of only the fixed cost. So it is not going to shift the supply curve at all. So it won't matter at all. The increase or the change in the rental rate of capital, it won't matter at all. So R is irrelevant. To short-run supply decision. Because it is a component of fixed cost. Because it is a component of fixed cost. Then there is a question which arises. So then the question which arises is that before you say that this indeed is a short-run supply curve, so we should also check for firm's short-run, firm's shutdown decision. Firm's shutdown decision. So shutdown decision is that, is there a price at which the firm would be willing to supply just Q equals to 0 instead of a positive Q? That's a question. Is there a price? At which firm would find it profitable to produce Q equals to 0 than to follow P is equal to M0. Then to follow P is equal to M0, right? Guys, you have written TC as what? This guy, WQ square upon K bar plus RK. This is what you have written. So this is your WL, this is your RK. So K is fixed out here. So this is what your TVC is. This is what your TVC is. AVC is TVC upon Q. AVC is TVC upon Q. Fair enough. Okay, just think about it. Can you just compare this AVC and this MC? I think by comparing AVC and MC, I'm just getting AVC is less than MC for all levels of Q greater than 1. So AVC is what, beta? WQ upon K bar. MC is what? Right? What is your MC? 2Q upon K bar. 2Q upon K bar. Now just looking at it, I mean, you can just find out, yes, I mean, since you have 2 out here, So this ABC has to be less than equal to MC for all positive levels of output, right? So this is true. For all Q. For all Q. Beta, this is ABC, na? You multiply this with 2, you get MC. So this ABC has to be less than MC here, according to this function. This is true for all Q. So the point is, there is no price low enough such that P is equal to MC rule doesn't have to be followed and you have to shut down. So there is no price low enough such that by following the P is equal to MC rule, the firm would lose more than if it produced nothing. Than if it produced nothing. Right. Okay. So if by producing nothing, the firm can save on losses, it will not produce anything. But here in this case, you're not getting anything like that. Let's look at one more example. Let's look at one more example. So Cy equals to y squared plus 1. Just find out what is the MC curve. MC is equal to 2y. P is equal to MC will give you the supply curve. That would mean P is equal to 2y. Right? So y is equal to P by 2. So SP is equal to P by 2. Right? Simple supply curve. Okay. What are your profits? PY, revenue, P into Y, minus C as a function of Y. Right? P. In place of Y beta, we can write P by 2. In place of C as a function of Y. So in place of Y, I'm writing again P by 2 beta. So it is Y square, that is P by 2 ka whole square plus 1. So when you will calculate this, you will be getting P square by 4 minus 1. This is what pi P is. This is what pi P is. So you want to just draw this. So your Y, MCP. Your AVC is just, so TVC is just Y square. Beta, TVC is just Y square. So AVC is just Y. AVC is just Y. So this is just a 45-degree line. This is what my AVC is. So AC is going to look like this. Right, just your parabola. MC is what? P is equal to MC, that is P is equal to 2y, or Y is equal to P by 2. Y is equal to P by 2. Beta, so this is what P is equal to Y. This is what? Y is equal to P by 2. That is what MC is. This is what MC is. Right? Okay. And when the price is P, so I'm going to supply according to my supply function. So when the price is P according to my supply function is just P is equal to MC. That is what my supply is. And this is coming out to be what? Y is equal to P by 2. Fair enough. Okay. So, and what is the producer surplus? Producer surplus is going to be the area of this triangle, beta. The area of this triangle. So what will that be? So producer surplus is going to be what? Half into the this height of the triangle, or base of the triangle, you can say. Here, that is P into the height of the triangle, which is P by 2. That comes out to be P square by 4. That comes out to be P square by 4. Also, you can have also calculated it like this. Producer surplus is your profit plus fixed cost. But a TVC is Y square. TV is Y, TFC is 1. What are your profits equal to? P square by 4 minus 1. What are your fixed costs equal to? 1. So producer surplus equals to P square. So you can also think in this fashion. Right? You can also think in this fashion. That is your producer surplus is like this. So these are two simple numericals for the supply function, shutdown point, and the producer surplus. Right? So let's do what we'll do tomorrow. Let's think about that tomorrow. Thank you, Beta.